Raider Nation, what's going on? You guys are watching the Raiders Report, and coming up here on today's show, I'm going to give you an updated look at the Raiders' final record prediction. I'm going to go through game by game and tell you what I think the score and who's going to win each game. Now, I made this a little bit earlier in the year, but the Raiders are 5-2. They just coming out of a bye, and with all the Henry Ruggs news, I figured, you know what? I'm going to give an updated look after this, all the stuff that went on after the bye week. But before we get into some of that, let's go through and look at what the Raiders have done so far to get to this 5-2 point. They started out 3-0, took care of business against the Ravens, Steelers, and the Dolphins. Had a heartbreaking loss to the Chargers on a slow starting game on Monday Night Football. And then you went up against the Bears in Week 5. Jon Gruden was fired. And so we were like, oh, man, what the hell's going to happen now? Rich Bisaccia, Derek Carr had the team ready to rock and roll. You win back-to-back games going to Week 8. You're sitting here like, wow, we're first place in the AFC West. We're the second seed in the AFC. What could go wrong? Henry Ruggs happened. That's what happened. So now we're going to go through Week 9 and work our way all the way down to Week 18. And I'm going to tell you what I think the score is going to be when the Raiders win. And I'm going to tell you ultimately if I think this team is going to make the playoffs or not. So as you all know, we're sitting at a 5-2 record after the bye. So I'm going to ask every single person that comes across this video. And the one thing I love about YouTube, one thing I love about videos, you have that one friend that's like, I picked the Raiders to go 13-4, or I picked the Raiders to go 8-8 last year, and I predicted them to go 7-9. You're like, dude, no, you didn't. Here's the perfect opportunity to put it down in the comments. That way it's there for record proof, and that way you know what you actually picked the Raiders to finish. Now, the one thing I do want you to do is bet on the Raiders every single week. I want you to bet on NFL games. I want you to have the time of your life, and the best way to do it is by going to chatsports.com/Raiders. Use that promo code Raiders125. Why? You're going to get a 125% deposit bonus. What does that mean? If you put down $100, you get $125 for free. You want to be a big baller? Put down $500, get $625 for free. Now, the only way that you're going to get the 125% deposit bonus is if you go to chatsports.com/Raiders and use the promo code. Also, I'm going to give you a free Raiders jersey. Now, this deal has nothing to do with BetUS. This has everything to do with Chat Sports and the kindness of us. Now, the only way you're going to get a free Raiders jersey is if you put down at least $100, which then you'll get $125 for free to bet with. Put down a $5 bet. You can put it on the Raiders in Week 9. Put it on in Week 14, Week 15. I don't really care. You just got to put it down, and then I want you to send me a screenshot of your account number and maybe your transaction history. That way I can definitely verify that you actually put down some money and got started with our sportsbook partners. Now, this is for brand new customers only, first-time customers only. But again, chatsports.com/Raiders, promo code Raiders125. Send me an email or send me a screenshot to the email jersey@chatsports.com. We'll get you a free Raiders jersey. All right, guys, let's go through from Week 9 and work our way all the way down to Week 18. You got a weird game at East Rutherford, New Jersey, going up against the 2-6 Giants. And this game does make me a little bit nervous. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. It really, truly does. Why? The Raiders have struggled in this stadium for whatever reason, and sometimes they underestimate their opponent. But the week that it's been, the resiliency that this team has shown, the leadership that Derek Carr has, I think they're going to be ready. Give me the Raiders to win this game 24-20 to improve their record to 6-2, which then means Sunday Night Football up against the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going to be at Red Tail in Resorts World in Las Vegas, so if you want to come party with me, go to theblackholeevents.com and we'll get you set up. But this is going to be a nail-biter. I think it's going to come down to it, but this is a better football team. The Raiders are, from top to bottom. Give me Las Vegas 35-27. Kansas City's not the powerhouse that they used to be. I believe they have the worst defense in all of football, and they've got some turnover issues too. So right now we're sitting at 7-2 going into Week 11 up against the Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Burrow. They lost a heartbreaking game to the New York Jets 34-31, but you know what? I still have a lot of confidence in Joe Burrow, and I have a lot of confidence in this Bengals team, and I think it could be actually a little bit of a rough matchup for Las Vegas. It's going to be a close one. I hate picking the Raiders to lose any time that I do. Obviously, I hope I'm wrong here, but I'm going to go ahead and take the Bengals 28-27. The Raiders will be riding their high horse a little bit coming off that Kansas City Chiefs win. They'll come back down to earth a little bit. Now, here's my question, y'all. Which game are you going to? Like, I've already been to a few Raiders games this year. I want you to let me know if you're planning on going to any of them. If you want to party with me, if you want to party with the Black Hole, if you want to just come to my watch party, Get your tickets at theblackholeevents.com. Now, I will say this. Every single watch party and party we do, it's 100% free to get into. Yes, all you got to do is show up, walk on in, have a good time. If you want a VIP table, if you want deals on some drinks or what have you, if you go to theblackholeevents.com, you're going to save a lot of money and have a better experience. That I can promise you. But it is free to come, so please come party with us. Red Tail in Las Vegas at Resorts World. All right, the next game, and this is probably one of the most important games that I have on my calendar for multiple reasons. My girlfriend, she's a Cowboys fan, though I've been trying to convert her to the dark side for quite some time. Also, the top other channel here at Chat Sports is the Cowboys Report, ran by my dude, Tom Downey. So this is a very important game here to me, and there was a 0% chance, no Chucky heads, that I was going to pick the Cowboys to win this one. So give me the Raiders. 30-28. I know Dak Prescott's good. Maybe he might still be a little bit banged up. That offensive line has been a little bit up and down. I think Yannick Ngakoue, Max Crosby are going to get after it. Give me the Raiders. Now we got the next game coming up here. It's Week 13 up against the Washington football team. When I first did my record prediction video, I was really scared of Washington. I was like, man, they got a hell of a defense. Guess what? I don't know what the hell happened to that defense. They stink now. Give me the Raiders. I'm going to go 34-21 in this ball game, and I really think you're going to see them put up a crooked number. I have no confidence in Taylor Heineke. I have no confidence. The only guy you got to slow down in that offense is Terry McLaurin. We also have this guy named Casey Hayward. I don't know if you heard of him. He's pretty damn good. So after the first 5 games after the bye, I have the Raiders sitting at 9-3. 9-3 record. That's, even when I was doing this video, I was like, wow, I mean, we have a legit shot to go 9-3. So if we're sitting here at 9-3, I want you to go ahead and like the video if you think that the Raiders are going to the playoffs. Now, if you have those games going a different direction, that's totally fine. But if you have the Raiders making the playoffs this season, all I want you to do is go ahead and like the video. And as it stands right now, you're the number 2 seed. The number 1 seed's the Tennessee Titans. Guess what? They just lost their best player, Derrick Henry. The number 3 seed, the Baltimore Ravens. Guess what? Raiders got the tiebreaker there. I could see the Bills being that number 1 seed, which obviously worries me a little bit. The Cincinnati Bengals, if the Raiders beat them, you got the tiebreaker there. The Raiders have the tiebreaker over the Steelers, and the last game of the year, I really think could end up determining who ends up winning the AFC West, because the Chargers, they're sitting there at 4-3, but they've just lost 2 straight. So the final stretch of games, this is where it's going to get interesting. This is where it does definitely get a little bit more difficult. Week 14 at Arrowhead against the Chiefs. I want to be able to sit up here and tell you that, guess what? The Raiders, they're going to sweep Kansas City, but I couldn't honestly just do it. I really, really wanted to. I just think that if the Raiders can split with the Chiefs, that's actually pretty good, and I really think that the Kansas City, they will get it together sooner rather than later. So I have Kansas City winning 35-30. Y'all can tell me to go after myself because I hate myself for putting it there. Let's go to Week 15 now, up against the Cleveland Browns. Wouldn't this be a hell of a thing if it was an OBJ revenge game? But the time is still kind of, we're trying to figure that one out with Cleveland. But I do have the Raiders here in a close game, but the Raiders' biggest weakness is the run defense. I see Nick Chubb being healthy. I see Kareem Hunt being healthy in this offensive line. And a little bit of a revenge game for Cleveland, where, remember last year, the Raiders won 16-6. So after 9-3, I have the Raiders losing 2 straight games to the Browns here, 21-20, and we're sitting at a 9-5 record. Now, if you haven't already clicked out of the video, you're like, man, this guy just had us losing twice. F him. It's all good. You can always hit me up on Instagram. I'm at Mitchell Renz 365. Ask me any Raiders question you want. If you want to go ahead and hit me up on Twitter as well, I would appreciate it. It's at Mitchell Renz 365. I've been trying to up my Twitter game a little bit, trying to get out some tweets really, really rapidly for y'all, and ultimately just trying to keep you up to date as humanly possible. Now, here's my next question. Where do you guys party Saturday night before a game? So if you're in Las Vegas, where do you go? So the last few times that I've been in Vegas, I've partied at Red Tail in Resorts World, where I'll be for every single home game. I went to Barcode Burger, which has the best burgers in all of Las Vegas. And then I went to some other place, which for whatever reason is escaping me right now. But, the Omnia, that was it. I went to the Omnia. So bottom line is I'm going to be in Las Vegas for every single Raiders home game. I want to hang out with the nation. I want to grab some drinks. I want to grab some food. I want to have a good time. If you do plan on going out, please remember to Uber and use Lyft as well. But let me know where you guys are partying because I want to come have a good time. Let's go to Week 16 now. The Denver Broncos in Las Vegas. If the Raiders could take care of business at Mile High with a 34-24 win, I'm also going to take the Raiders to win this game as well. Give me them 28-17, improving their record to 10-5. I just don't have a lot of confidence in Teddy Bridgewater in that offense, and I do have a lot more confidence in this Vegas team. Let's now go to Week 17, where we're going up against the Indianapolis Colts, and this is probably one of the harder games for me to be able to wrap my mind around because it really comes down to what version of Carson Wentz are the Raiders going to get. If you're going to get the Wentz that showed up this past week against the Titans, then sure, they lost, but he played a much better football game. There's also times where he stinks, but you're going to see a trend here. If there's a good running back, it scares the hell out of me. This offensive line, Jonathan Taylor, very legit. I have Indy winning this one 32-28 because there's always a game where the Raiders should not lose. And since I took them beating the Cowboys, I'm going to balance it out here a little bit. I also have them losing to the Colts, which now puts them at a 10-6 record, which means the final week's going to be up against the Chargers. And as it stands right now, here's the AFC West standings. And I really, really believe that the final game between the Raiders and the Chargers is going to decide who wins the AFC West. And it's going to be a hell of a game. I'm going to be glued to my TV. It's going to be in the middle of January. The Raiders, they lost to the Chargers on Monday Night Football in L.A., their second home stadium. So you know what? They're going to want a little bit of revenge here. And I got the Raiders winning this game 34-31. It's going to be a wild one, just like most of these Raiders and Chargers games are, which then means the Raiders' record will be 11-6. So when I asked you guys earlier on, predict the Raiders' record, please go ahead and do so. I have them sitting at 11-6 right now. I like the video. I think they're going to go ahead and make the playoffs. This team has shown a lot of guts this year. This team has shown a lot of resiliency, and I'm hoping that at the end of this whole thing, we go to the playoffs. We got an AFC West title, and if we can be hoisting a Lombardi, that definitely wouldn't upset me whatsoever.